Welcome to our ongoing YouTube video series on how to create better YouTube videos. My name is Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal, and in this particular YouTube video we're going to be looking at what other YouTubers might be doing and how you can analyze other successful YouTube channels and videos to help with your own YouTube video projects. And the fact of the matter is, the YouTube videos that you're going to be looking at don't necessarily need to be exact competitors of yours. They simply need to be people, whether in the service industry or the product supply industry or the marketing side or the music side, the entertainment side, that have some correlation to yourself and that you can draw examples from and techniques from to help you improve upon your own YouTube production. Now, what I'm going to do is just randomly took a topic, offshore tax planning, something that a lot of people don't seem to do, but it's something that has a specific niche. And we take a look and we just Google search offshore tax planning. And when we do that in our YouTube, what do we come up with? Well, we come up with a series of videos from what I would call a purveyor of offshore tax planning, and that is the Nomad Capitalist. Now, the Nomad Capitalist seems to be one of the more preeminent YouTubers out there when it comes to offshore tax planning, which is excellent for his business. So if your YouTube videos are constantly ranking high and are having high subscriber levels, high views, then you're doing well. Then your YouTube strategy is working well. So let's take a look at some of the composition of what the Nomad Capitalist is doing with respect to his YouTube strategy. Well, first of all, as you can see, nothing, very clean imagery on the thumbnails, where he's presenting a very specific objective as to what he's wanting to present in each particular video. So it's very clear what is in the videos, whether it's moving to a tax haven, achieving zero taxation, or the like. Very clear, very consistent. So you know right away it's from a series, but also it cuts down the amount of work necessarily he needs to do. So if you wanted to do more, he could constantly be changing it up, which is an option also. But at the same time, it's the consistency which attracts the viewer to say, there's more information on this particular topic from this particular individual, and it just keeps on going. You identify the topic clearly from both the tagline and or title and from the video thumbnail. So when we look at it, we have a high subscriber level, we have a very clear title, and we have a very consistent presentation, very clean and the like. Now, if we go into the description, this is what we're going to be looking at in part today, is that we see it's a very comprehensive description. But what do I mean by comprehensive? It provides, in addition to information about the topic, it provides a lot of information about this particular individual and his business. So even though the first part may be unique to the video, the rest is a lot of consistency and a lot of information that is both good for the YouTube Google algorithm to collect on the materials, but it also provides all that data that if somebody's looking to engage the Nomad Capitalist, they know where to look for him. They have appropriate links, they have further information, they have an understanding of his scope of business, and as well they have an understanding of the limitations of his business work. Hence, at the very end is the disclaimer. Disclaimers, especially being a lawyer, are always important to have in certain types of service provisions. but it also lends itself to selling of products and other information. Because where you're going to provide a video, you cannot have an extensive disclaimer necessarily talked about in the video itself. So what you need to do is push it down into the body of the descriptor. And given how extensive the descriptor is allowed to be, you have the ability to put that additional information there. So let's go back and take a look at some of the other search results. And let's take a look at another, actually quite successful YouTuber, Rob Lambert, also doing offshore tax planning, has had a video out there for a considerable amount of time and has actually got a considerable amount of views for this particular YouTube video. If I'm correct, it's in the 78,000 range, and we're talking about 1,600 subscribers. So that's a pretty good number he's built up for himself. Notice it's been around for a long time. But what we'll do is once we go into the description, we see where there's improvements that definitely could have been made. And when you compare it to Nomad Capitalist, you see why the Capitalist might have had, well, his stuff is newer to start off with, but is actually allowed to gain itself a lot more success in the fact that in the descriptive body, there is not all that much information. This is the entirety is really just several sentences with a single link. Sufficient to do well, but having the opportunity to put in more information, take advantage of that opportunity to put in that much greater information. Now if we go back to the visual, we'll see that in the visual, it's a nice drawing, but it doesn't necessarily project the degree of professionalism that might otherwise be achieved by what we saw in the earlier YouTube thumbnails. Something that could have been put in and could be redeveloped to build up upon it. So as you can see from taking a look at these two individual YouTube videos and the descriptions that they provide for their target audience, there's a lot to be gained from reviewing other people's YouTube video postings, their contents, what they're doing effectively, and where they're lacking potentially. And using that as a source to build up your own YouTube video promotion. Because it is through trial and error that you make a lot of progress. But you have to be able to identify where strengths are, where weaknesses are, and how to emulate them and get the most out of your own YouTube channel so that you can effectively promote your business, increase your subscribers, increase your likes, increase your views, and make the potential of YouTube that much stronger for yourself. That is what your objective should be, and hopefully this YouTube video has provided you an additional means to focus and to improve upon your YouTube video presentation. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you again. And if you have an opportunity, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as providing us comments as we move forward with our YouTube project. Thank you.